Hello, 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 dreamers. Perla here. As always, thank you for your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and do so. We would love to have you. So, this is the Monday's Love and Message Extended. So, we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. For those of you that chose card number one, keep an open mind. I feel that this is more about connecting platonically with soulmates, people that are in your same soul family, so your soul tribe. And there's something here within this energy where a lot of you have been healing parts around relationships. So you may have had a rocky relationship, like with a parent or with a sibling or something like that, and connecting, excuse me, to platonic soulmates during this time is allowing you to ease into that space of love, to ease into that space of like not just telling yourself that you deserve love, but actually allowing yourself to experience it and feel it. Um, there's something within that space that still has to be worked through before you actually meet somebody romantically. Okay. So and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. And I know that I've shared this before, but I belong to a very beautiful like spiritual community where I go to at least once a month or once every 2 months. And one of the things that I learned within that space was learning to allowing my nervous system to regulate being around men. um and sometimes we think that we're ready for like to jump into a relationship and this and this and that, but in all there is a space where a lot of your nervous system needs to regulate. You need to regulate to even the idea of relationships, again, and not necessarily romantic. This is more like a platonic type of thing that is coming in. The connections that you're making during this time are going to be like lifelong or long lasting. The only thing here that I see as an issue is some of you may, because you may have strong connections with the individuals that are coming in, right? You may think that these, like, because again, I'm picking up like at least 3 or 4 people coming your way that are soulmates, but they're platonic soulmates. So you have to make sure that you're not mistaking that for like a romantic energy. You are going to feel very safe around these people. It's going to feel like you've known these people for a very long time. But again, there is a sense here that this is not about it evolving into a romantic relationship. This is definitely platonic family, platonic love type of energy. And there's something here that you yourself need within this environment. It's almost kind of like just being loved for who you are, just being accepted for who you are, just being seen for who you are without having to pretend, without having to put on a show or anything like that. And that's what I feel that that is the energy that you guys are embracing around love this week, not necessarily a romantic love. And again, if you had your eye on someone or you feel like a strong connection to someone that you recently met, that connection is definitely there, but again, it is a platonic one and not a romantic one. And I know that it can be a little confusing because when you start connecting with people um within this frequency of like unconditional love, any connection that you make with people, if there's a part of you, like a part of your nervous system that is still not used to that safetyness of people, it can mistaken it for romance. Does that make sense? It can mistaken it for a chemistry that is really not there. And once you allow yourself, your nervous system to like regulate within these spaces, you'll start to tell the difference really of what it is when it's romantic and when it's platonic. Okay. Okay. So for those of you that chose number two, this could be the one. You guys are definitely like in a relationship or have been talking to someone. This is somebody where things just come very easily. There's not a lot of effort. I'm not gonna, and when I say that, is not necessarily that there's no disagreement or anything like that, but the disagreements that the two of you have do not blow out of proportion. There is this space where whoever it is that you're dealing with is very level headed and they're able to communicate exactly what it is that they want. Now, I am going to say this though. I see you a little hesitant. Again, this may be something that maybe you are not 100% used to. And it may trigger certain things within you. Now, when I say that, it is not about you running away from this. The things that are triggering you, it brings me back to like one of these little cartoon things that I saw in on Facebook, where the girl is like the one of those cartoon things and she's in the car with somebody, with a guy, and it says like, oh, when you're dating somebody that like that has money, right? and they stop at a gas station and she's telling him like, oh, there's a cheaper one like down the road, and then he's like, nah, it's fine. And then she's like, oh, it's reaching $20, reaching $20, and he's like, yo, it's okay, like, are you okay? And then he goes into the gas station and he asks like, do you want something? And she's like, what? And it was like, she was shocked because she was so used to dating broke guys, right? She was used to dating guys that would drive to like the cheapest gas station, that wouldn't buy anything like at the gas station, and etc. So that's kind of like what I'm picking up here. Whoever it is that you are with right now is exactly what you have been asking for, and is exactly what you've been trying to manifest. But there is this sense that there is this part of you that is like, is this too good to be true? Like, this is somebody that again is showing up exactly as they are. They're not playing any games. I don't see here any games, to be honest with you. And if you begin or you try to play games, this person is going to call you out on your shit like right there and then, because you're not about that life. They're not about it. They know exactly what they want, and because they have made up their mind that they're not bringing baggage from the past into this connection. They're not going to tolerate you doing the same thing. And what I mean by that is that if you do something, or you get triggered by something, they're going to call you out on it in an essence or in a way to try to help you maneuver that space. So they're not shutting down or anything like that, but they're going to call out the behavior so that then adjustment can be made, or vice versa, right? And the thing is that a lot of times, if you have unhealed wounds within that space that you're being called out, you may feel like you're being attacked, and that in reality is not, right? um so allowing yourself to be open to realizing how it is that you truly show up in relationships versus how you truly want to show up, because there are certain things here that are being healed as you're in this connection, that you need to be open to allow yourself to heal. And do not take it out on the person when they call you out on some of the shit that they're going to be calling you out on. Because again, it's not being done like in a rude way. It's not being done in a like trying to put you down or anything like that. They're just going to be like, hey, this and this and that. And it's like, it can very much trigger you even more if you're unaware of that behavior within you. To be honest with you, I feel like you are aware of what triggers you, and you are aware of how it is that you react versus respond to situations. So this is definitely like a new chapter for you. This is something new for you, and I definitely see you navigating it um in a healthy way. But there is going to be this space within you that you're going to have to talk yourself down from not wanting to explode or react like you normally do in the past. Okay. For those of you that chose card number 3, it is safe for you to love. You're definitely, look at the car, look at the car, look at the car, look at the car. You see the car, you see the car, you see the car. Okay. So there's definitely this space where you guys are wanting to date, are wanting to get out there, and you're just opening up for it. That's basically what you're doing. You're telling spirit like, hey, you know what? I'm ready. And I think I'm gonna choose that card. I'm choosing card number 3. Now let me stop. You're wanting to let your walls down. You're wanting to allow love to come. There is a sense here that the things that you once were afraid of when it came to relationship, like being vulnerable or this or that, those are things that you have worked through, and they're no longer things that are holding you back. There is a sense here where there has been a chapter that has been completely closed, that may have had you kind of like in a limbo. So this may have been a chapter with like an ex. This may have been a chapter with a perception that you had about yourself, about love, etc. Regardless of whatever it is, guys, you see that 555. There's change here, and you're not necessarily like jumping into like online dating or anything like that. You're not rushing this. You're just more getting yourself like physically ready for this. And what I mean by that is that you're speaking it out into existence, that you are ready, and you're ready for a partnership. You're ready to start meeting people. You're ready to mingle, and you're ready to meet somebody that you would like to settle down with. And but again, I don't see you forcing this. And when I say forcing it, it's like you're wanting some magic within this space. To be honest with you, you're wanting some magic. So you're wanting like a meet by chance, like And I don't know, and again, and I don't have anything against online dating, guys, I promise you, but this is the way that it's coming in. It's like you don't want to have to go out and look for it. And I know that some people will be like, well, the person is not just going to come and knock on your door. Well, I do know people that that has happened to. Okay. I know somebody very close to me that I used to tell her, I'm like, oh, boy, you think somebody's going to come and knock on your door? And it happened just like that. She had a roommate, and the roommate cousin came over one day to pick something up. They met for like a couple of minutes. Next thing you know, they're dating. A few months later, they're like living together. And it's like, it's been over 15, 16 years and they're still together, right? It's almost kind of like that romance that you want. And that is what you are kind of like putting out there into the universe. Like you want a meet by chance type of romantic relationship. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.